Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I am speaking about one of the most important diseases in this century. It is disease of overweight, what is known as obesity. Obesity means increased body weight by about 15% or more than the corresponding date, the corresponding length, the corresponding height, and the corresponding sex. As for obesity, we can speak about it, and we have to differentiate different types of obesity. There is either increase in body weight due to massive fluids, what is known as edema, or there is increased body weight due to increased number of fat cells, what is known as obesity. Now we are speaking about obesity. There are three different types of obesity. The first type of obesity is that there is increase in fat cells or accumulation in fat cells in certain areas inside the body. For example, there is accumulation of fat in the buttocks, in the thighs, inner or outer parts of the thighs, or in the haunch, and so on. This is the first type of obesity, or the simplest type of obesity. The second type of obesity, which is known as moderate obesity, in which we can find there is increased body weight, plus there is increase in the lengthening of the skin. For example, in the pendulous abdomen, which is present in women after many pregnancies and labors, we can find pendulous abdomen. In this pendulous abdomen, we can find there is increase in the skin, and there is also increase in number of fat cells. This is the moderate type of obesity. As for the first type of obesity, which is called the horrible obesity, we can find in this type of obesity there is a horrible increased number of fat cells, and accordingly there is massive increase in the body weight. In order to say what about these types of obesity and differentiate them, there is what is known as the mass number. The mass number means the body weight in kilograms divided by square of the height in meters. In simple obesity, we find this mass number is between 18 up to 22. In the moderate obesity, you can find from 28 up to 32 or 33. In the morbid obesity, or the severest type of obesity, you can find this mass number is from 38 to more than 40. Now, we have to speak about causes of obesity. There are many causes of obesity. That first, there is the hereditary cause, and it is well known now that there is a specific gene on chromosome number 17 related to obesity. The second cause of obesity is the psychological causes. Many persons can face problems, and they relieve these problems by eating. This is a psychological cause, and there is psychic trauma, which is usually accompanied by eating. The third cause is the endocrinal causes of obesity. And for example, if there is any alternation in the suprarenal gland which is present above the kidney, this is accompanied by by syndrome known as Cushing syndrome, in which we can find different type of obesity, in which there is moon phase and truncal obesity. Also, the main cause of obesity now is the use of remote control and decrease of movements, which leads to formation and composition of obesity. Now, we have to speak about obesity from its importance in this holy moon of Ramadan, and how that fasting this holy moon of Ramadan, of course, will help an important role in the treatment of obesity. So fasting Ramadan is a must if you want to decrease your weight. Now, how can I take care of this obesity? How can I relieve this obesity? How can I use fasting holy moon of Ramadan in order to treat obesity? My line of treatment of obesity passes on three main parts. The first one is the nutritional part, what is known as regimes. Of course, fasting holy moon of Ramadan will help me in my regime. So, any person trying to decrease his body weight must keep in mind that there is only 2 meals, not more than 2 meals. One in the fasting, in the breakfast, and the second meal is at the suhoor. This person who wants to decrease his body weight, during breakfast, just soap, and then he can take 3 or 4 dates, and also he can take some vegetables. Also, he can take small 2 or 3 big spoons of rice or macaroni. Then he can take 200 grams of fish or of meat, or also can take quarter of a chicken, must be grilled or must be boiled. This is at breakfast. Then he has to take rest for about 1 hour, and then he can take fruits. At about 12 o'clock at midnight, he can take a cup of yogurt or some fruits. Before suhoor, he can take some beans and some yogurt, and he can take 2 eggs. This is the simplest way in order to decrease your body weight. Just 2 meals, one in the breakfast and second at suhoor. There is no more meals. This is the first line, this is the first part in my treatment of obesity, which is the nutritional part. The second part in my treatment of obesity is the sport part, or the sport manner. Of course, sports must be kept in mind that plays an important role. Why? Because sports, at first, they burn fat as a source of energy, and accordingly they try to decrease body weight. Secondly, sports try to decrease the precipitation of low-density triglycerides on walls of capillaries and veins and arteries, and accordingly they prevent the formation of different types of infections or cerebral hemorrhages and traumas and so on. Thirdly, we can find that sports play an important role because they decrease the amount of absorption of fats from the muscles, so the muscles become stronger. This is the rule of sports. But now, when to play sports? There are 3 areas and 3 times which are important in taking sports. The first part is that once you are going to, after the end of breakfast by 1 hour, you can go and move and go to the club and move just walking, and this is the first type of sport. The second period in order to take a sport is that in the early morning. Many persons prefer to play sports in the early morning during fasting, and this is good. The third time of playing sport is just before breakfast, and this is very serious. In the British Journal, we have found that many persons complain of cardiac problems before playing sports just before breakfast. So it is not allowed. So I have to take 3 parts in treatment of obesity. The first part I have said is that the nutritional part. The second part I have said is that the sport part. And the third part, of course, is the will. You have to take the will that fasting, during fasting Ramadan, you will decrease your body weight, so you can benefit from fasting the holy moon of Ramadan. As for the rule of surgery, it is according to the mass number. If the mass number is between 18 to 22, the plastic surgery can play a role in decreasing body weight through what is known as liposuction. The second part, which is in moderate obesity, when the mass number is from 28 up to 32, we can decrease our body weight through plastic operation, which is known as dermolipectomy in the abdominal wall of the body, plus liposuction of the anterior wall of the body, plus what is known as duplication of the recti muscle. This is the role played by plastic surgery in treatment of moderate obesity in the pendulous abdomen or in the anterior abdominal wall. As in morbid obesity, plastic surgery plays different roles in decreased body weight. in which the mass number is above 40, through ligation of the stomach, through application of ring in the lower part of the esophagus, or even in the middle of the stomach. This is the role played by the plastic surgery. So I prefer to take this chance by fasting the whole moon of the Ramadan and making certain type of regime, and also playing certain types of sports, and we have the will to decrease our body weight. So through this holy moon of Ramadan, we can decrease our body weight. Thank you.